Personal finance impacts every aspect of our lives. It's an integral part of our journey from the moment we are born until our last breath. How we handle money and manage our finances can determine whether we lead a life of comfort and ease or one filled with stress and worry. But let's address the not-so-great news first. Mismanaging money is all too easy, especially when we're new to the game. The truth is, the money game is designed to trip us up. Every time we earn money, a portion of it is taken away in the form of taxes, leaving us with less to spend or save. And when we do spend our hard-earned money, we encounter additional taxes at the register, further reducing our funds. It's a never-ending cycle that erodes our financial resources. Even if we choose to save our money instead of spending it, we're not entirely safe. The costs of goods and services continue to rise over time, and the effects of inflation gradually diminish the value of our savings. It's a constant battle to stay ahead. But that's only part of the challenge. Financial hurdles are everywhere, waiting to trip us up. Shady investments, untrustworthy individuals, and unexpected emergencies can cause us to lose large sums of money in an instant. It's a harsh reality we all face. Unfortunately, our education system often fails to equip us with the necessary knowledge and skills to navigate the complexities of personal finance. Instead, we turn to sources such as parents, celebrities, pop culture, and banks for guidance. However, these sources have their limitations. Banks, being profit-driven entities, may not always have our best interests at heart. Pop culture tends to sensationalize the negative side of money, perpetuating the idea that financial success is elusive or unattainable for the majority. And as for parents, many of them were never taught about personal finance themselves, making it difficult for them to pass down valuable knowledge to their children. Reflecting on my upbringing, my father did his best to provide for our family, but money was always a scarce resource. Personal finance was never a topic of discussion during my childhood. It was something we silently struggled with, hoping for a miracle when the funds ran low. But we don't have to accept this as our reality. Now, let's focus on the good news. The steps to financial stability are simple, although not necessarily easy. Developing the right mindset is crucial, and the earlier we start, the better. Today is the youngest we'll ever be, so there's no better time than now to take control of our financial future. It's essential to seek knowledge beyond the conventional. While formal financial training is valuable, some of the most significant lessons I've learned came from private teachers with unique perspectives. Saving money and investing are important, but they're not the only keys to financial success. We must explore alternative strategies and approaches. It's important to remember that even financial experts and successful investors have made mistakes along the way. It's through these failures that they've gained invaluable experience and knowledge. By embracing a mindset of experimentation, learning from our mistakes, and persisting through challenges, we can gain the confidence to navigate the financial landscape. In this channel, we will delve into the foundational aspects of the money game and guide you through the common pitfalls that trap us in a traditional work mentality. We will challenge outdated financial norms and provide relevant ideas for today's world. Understanding the pitfalls is crucial to overcoming them. We will highlight these pitfalls, ensuring you're equipped with the knowledge to tackle them head-on. But remember, it all starts with the right mindset. With the strategies and insights we share in this channel, you can conquer personal finance and free yourself from everyday financial struggles. Money has the potential to be a powerful force in our lives if we know how to channel its energy in the right direction. So, make the most of our YouTube channel and let it serve as a stepping stone on your journey to creating wealth and achieving financial success. Ponder with purpose, yet when the moment to act emerges, cast aside hesitation and embark upon the path of resolve. Martin Luther King Jr. Building Wealth, The Path to Financial Freedom. Chapter 1 Video Number 1. The Money Game. The game of money is an uphill battle where the odds are against us. Many of us are playing on the hardest difficulty and still don't fully understand the rules of the game. Our debts often exceed our savings, making us uncertain about our financial future and unsure if and when we will achieve financial freedom. This is a universal struggle, whether we belong to older generations like our parents, the baby boomers, or the young millennials and Generation Z.
Understanding the intricacies of the money game and identifying our opponents is crucial to success.
Relying solely on traditional advice, such as getting a great education and getting a job, is no guarantee of victory in this game. Long gone are the days of job security, stable careers, fixed salaries, and predictable promotions. Earlier generations, like our grandparents, had it relatively easier.
They lived a mindset that served them reasonably well, with modest joys and sorrows. They didn't have to consider other avenues because life was simpler back then, without ubiquitous technologies like television, the internet, and social media.
Consumerism had not yet peaked, and student loans were a new concept.
Life was much less complicated.
However, the financial landscape we find ourselves in today is fundamentally different. Without a modern financial plan, you'll be wondering how to increase your savings, negotiate a higher salary, and pay off student loans, credit card debt, and other financial obligations faster.
Building Wealth, The Path to Financial Freedom. Chapter 1, Video Number 2.
The Traditional Career Journey. In today's fast-paced world, the traditional notions of finding a great job, earning a living wage, paying off a huge mortgage, and amassing generous retirement savings are no longer practical for the common man.
Nowadays, many people are dissatisfied with their current job.
Employees and employers often seem like robots, detached from their true selves.
This disconnection comes from constantly finding yourself in humiliating or challenging situations, from wanting to be somewhere else and do something different. But society has ingrained in us the belief that if we want to earn a high salary, we must be in a constant race that leaves us little time to breathe.
Also, climbing the corporate ladder has become a tedious task.
Tough competition and a lack of orientation in dealing with corporate policy and entry challenges make the path difficult.
While digitization has created countless opportunities, it has also changed or replaced some career paths.
We live in a time when digital innovators and entrepreneurs are celebrated.
If you can conceive an innovative idea, implement it, and turn it into a profitable company, you can achieve enormous professional success. You may not have to rely solely on your job to make ends meet and maintain your financial cushion. However, stepping into uncharted territory and giving up a secure 9-to-5 job can be daunting. Without a guarantee of success, it is difficult to embark on the entrepreneurial path. People often stay in their jobs because they have to pay for basic expenses such as rent, food, and transport. The fear of choosing a different career and failing is understandable.
Most prefer to stick with stability and security, even if it means missing out on unfamiliar new adventures.
Unfortunately, working hard from 9 to 5 can leave a man without the energy to seek other business opportunities or outside pursuits. If you are currently working, it is very important to be aware of the obvious fact that your income will not keep pace with inflation and the rising cost of living. For example, college tuition has grown 8 times faster than wages since 1988. The cost of weddings has increased 370% since the 1970s, while average home prices have increased 20-fold since the 1950s. Mortgages that cost $50 a month in 1950 now require payments of $800 or more a month. Let me ask a serious question: can you imagine a job today where wages have increased 20-fold since 1950?
It's a difficult task.
The median salary was about $3,300 in the 1950s and about $40,000 in 2020, a mere 15-fold increase. However, today we have higher expenses and a higher cost of living than previous generations. These frightening numbers show why many young professionals get stuck in everyday stress and hardly look for additional sources of income. While some people actively experiment with multiple income opportunities and remain open to unconventional opportunities, a significant percentage of people have unrealistic expectations. They believe that by relying solely on their current job, supplemented by Social Security benefits and modest savings, they can overcome economic challenges, pay off debt, and enjoy a comfortable retirement.
Unfortunately, the reality is much more complex than we think.
To successfully navigate this changing landscape, it is crucial to adopt a new mindset, one that recognizes the need for flexibility and adaptability in today's economy.
Relying solely on traditional employment may no longer provide the financial security we seek.
Instead, We need to explore alternative avenues, consider different sources of income, and think creatively about how to build wealth and ensure a prosperous future.
Building Wealth, The Path to Financial Freedom. Chapter 1, Video number 3.
Dollars and Degrees, Engaging College Students in Money Talk. Financial literacy is an important remedy for the lack of awareness and insecurity that young people experience after high school and college. A detailed understanding of finance provides a comprehensive understanding of the global economic landscape and enables people to navigate it effectively. Unfortunately, many young students shy away from talking about money because it is associated with debt. In college, discussions of money revolve around expenses, student loans, credit cards, and utility bills. However, there is still a significant gap in students studying fundamental subjects such as budgeting, emergency saving, and investing, largely due to a lack of financial literacy. Currently, only 10 US states require financial literacy courses in secondary schools, and no university requires such courses for graduation.
Most students do not know if their college offers financial literacy programs.
Whether in high school or college, students' primary focus is often learning subjects they can't take, preparing for exams, and striving for good grades. Wouldn't it make sense for schools to offer basic personal finance lessons, like managing a savings account or managing discretionary spending? It seems like an ideal scenario, but unfortunately, without early financial knowledge, people are more likely to make uninformed financial decisions and be unaware of their long-term consequences. Debt is becoming an everyday reality for many, throwing them into a vicious circle of trying to make ends meet.
The thirst for financial knowledge begins at an early age.
A recent study found that 8 out of 10 college students fear potential financial failure as it could lead to food insecurity or even force them to drop out of school altogether. This feeling of financial helplessness can persist at different stages of life.
Building Wealth, The Path to Financial Freedom. Chapter 1, Video number 4. The soaring price tag of college education.
In recent years, the topic of university costs has increasingly come into focus.
The cost of earning a college degree, including tuition, fees, and housing, has increased dramatically over time.
According to the National Center for Education, the average cost of a 4-year, full-time college has increased 169% since 1980. In the past, obtaining higher education was relatively cheap and students were not burdened with exorbitant living expenses.
Expenditure to maintain a decent standard of living.
However, that landscape has changed dramatically over the decades, and the annual cost of a college education has risen to $28,775, nearly 3 times what it used to be. In addition, the choice of educational institution has a major impact on the price that students have to pay. Colleges tend to have higher tuition than other post-secondary programs, and the lack of standardized tuition means those who choose private colleges face an even greater financial burden. According to available data, the average cost of attending a public university in the 2019 to 2020 academic year was $21,035, while it reached $48,965 at private, non-profit universities.
Building Wealth, The Path to Financial Freedom. Chapter 1, Video number 5.
Drowning in the rising tide of student loans. The ever-increasing cost of higher education is placing an increasing burden on students, leading to a staggering accumulation of student debt that now exceeds $1.5 trillion in the United States, second only to mortgage debt. This number is for the United States only and does not include other countries. On average, students graduate with more than $30,000 in student debt, more than credit card debt or typical auto loans. Surprisingly, this does not only apply to young people.
Even older students seeking an education are burdened with debt.
Over the past decade, People aged 60 to 69 have seen a staggering 72% increase in student debt. These statistics show that a significant percentage of college graduates are already burdened with debt, reinforcing my belief that acquiring higher education may be too much of a burden for many.
But the question remains, what to do? Is giving up college a way to avoid borrowing money? The answer is no. Luckily, the fear of debt doesn't have to stop people from getting a college degree.
By adopting certain financial strategies, you can progress in your college education while having financial peace of mind. Let's take a look at the next step in a student's financial journey: credit cards.
Building wealth, the path to financial freedom. Chapter 1, Video number 6. Credit card catastrophe, adding fuel to the fire.
Using your credit cards wisely can have a significant impact on your credit score and long-term financial well-being.
It's important to understand that credit cards are playing a crucial role in the current student loan crisis.
Banks have made the credit card application process incredibly easy, often to the point that applicants hardly remember applying. I vividly remember opening my first bank account in freshman year. What was supposed to be a simple checking account, transformed into a checking account, savings account, brokerage account, and credit card account without even knowing how it came about. For many students, owning a credit card has become second nature and is often tied to their bank account. Surprisingly, 77% of colleges accept credit cards for tuition payments, which can lead to financial problems if students lack the appropriate financial management skills. Using a credit card to pay for college tuition can lead students to inadvertently pay off high-interest credit card debt instead of a low-interest student loan, falling into the trap banks set to extort more money from young clients. While most people know how to swipe a credit card, many people don't know how to effectively pay off their balance. It's important to understand credit card interest rates because banks make money by adding interest to your outstanding balance each month. In 2020, the average college student had $3,280 in credit card debt, and 38% of that was in arrears.
This type of debt has caused students more financial difficulties than even their student loans.
This data highlights the lack of awareness and education about the responsible use of credit cards.
Without proper understanding, people can easily fall into a spend now, pay later cycle. It led to years of financial difficulties. Building wealth, the path to financial freedom. Chapter 1, Video number 7. The Money Map, navigating the need for financial literacy.
As children, we relied on our parents for everything, even though we understood how money works. It's only when we step out into the real world, take responsibility and bear the costs that we realize the importance of financial literacy. According to a study by National Student Money, up to 74% of college students say they want a better financial education. The survey also shows that 65% of students who lack financial management skills suffer from financial anxiety and 76% believe drop out due to financial health issues. As young people, we are not taught to meet the challenges of scarce resources and high costs. Instead, banks are happy to offer credit cards, increasing the temptation to overspend. It's like these companies are waiting for us to stumble.
Take my personal experience for example. When I opened my first bank account in my freshman year of college, I got a credit card without any guidance or training.
I was naive and believed that success in high school would empower me to manage my money. However, I never really intended to use a credit card during my college days.
It stayed untouched in my drawer as I depended on the money for my expenses.
However, after graduation, my savings ran out and I switched to credit cards to make ends meet.
I failed to ask myself the crucial question, how can I systematically pay back the borrowed money? I lost the answer.
Since I only use my credit card when I needed money immediately, I figured I could rely on my future income to cover the payments. Because I was used to using cash, paying off my credit card debt was a lower priority.
I have found that the minimum monthly payments are sufficient to maintain both my credit card and cash balances. Unfortunately, this strategy proved futile. Despite regular payments, my credit card balance is stagnant.
I ran out of cards less than a year after graduating. I continued to use my credit card every month, relying on it to fill the gap between my income and expenses.
This plan trapped me in a cycle of senseless debt, a story that resonates with millions of young people across the country.
As my personal experience shows, I finished my studies without the necessary financial knowledge.
However, I had no idea about money management.
What I didn't know was that this journey would bring its own set of challenges, some of which I will detail in later videos.
It's important to note that even financial advisors, whom we often hold in high esteem, can struggle with financial literacy. Building wealth, the path to financial freedom.
Chapter 1, Video number 8.
The Debt Trap, How Credit Cards Leave Savings in the Dust.
Our parents, the so-called financial models, are not necessarily better off than their young adult children. The attitude we developed about money in our formative years tends to last a lifetime. Many adults are burdened with debt, yet the lack of finance courses in schools means they are unprepared to manage their finances effectively. A recent study found that only half of Americans have more savings than credit card debt, underscoring the prevalence of this problem. Surprisingly, up to 73% of adults assume they will be in debt forever. Credit card debt knows no age limit and affects families of all income brackets. In our consumerist society, the pressure to own the latest gadgets, vehicles, and designer clothes can leave people in debt they can't service. Given the financial hardship and the use of high-interest credit cards, the spiral of debt intensifies.
The lack of significant savings leads to constant worry and fear of an uncertain future.
In the event of an emergency or unforeseen circumstances, borrowing more is the only option, further exacerbating the debt cycle. This never-ending journey often accompanies subprime lending, leaving individuals paralyzed with fear and unsure of how to manage their financial situation. Surprisingly, the average debt per capita in America, over $240 million, is over $61,554, painting a bleak picture of our financial trajectory. The key is accepting that debt is a reality, mastering the financial system, and finding ways to tip the balance in our favor.
Building wealth, the path to financial freedom. Chapter 1, Video number 9. Retirement Nightmare, Boomers' Hopes Up in Smoke.
We've primarily focused on the younger generation and their financial woes, but now it's time to shed light on a chilling reality. Even our baby boomer parents and grandparents aren't immune to financial insecurity. Despite their life experiences, they are just as confused in the world of money as young adults. Having grown up in a different era, they often cling to the traditional belief that all they need is education and securing steady employment. However, if they have truly mastered the art of financial success, wouldn't they be enjoying a comfortable and worry-free retirement now?
Unfortunately, this is not the case.
Recent surveys show that baby boomers fear never retiring and expect permanent employment. Surprisingly, at least a quarter of baby boomers have no plans to retire.
The idea of working safely every day has become a lifelong commitment, to the last breath.
Additionally, many baby boomers are obsessed with surviving on their savings, a prospect more terrifying than death itself. A significant number of them would rather die than experience financial exhaustion in their later years.
This unsettling fondness says volumes about their financial insecurity. Research shows a staggering 60% of people aged 44 to 75 are uncertain about their retirement prospects. The notion that aging brings financial prosperity has been disproved.
Retirement comes with many challenges: volatile markets, volatile investments, and unforeseen circumstances such as job losses and health problems. Additionally, our standard of living is improving with each passing decade, and retirees are striving to maintain the lifestyle they desire without working full-time. The lucky ones do have some security, but unfortunately, employer pensions are becoming increasingly rare. For those looking to build their retirement savings, traveling can be challenging without careful financial planning. The road to financial stability in retirement is strewn with hurdles that require careful thought and strategic decisions.
Building wealth, the path to financial freedom. Chapter 1, Video number 10. Consider this an eye-opening moment to better understand personal finance.
Following conventional wisdom and traditional approaches to managing money may not be enough to secure your financial future in today's challenging economic landscape. If you continue to follow the same financial advice that has been passed down from generation to generation, you will likely end up in a cycle of debt for the rest of your life. Financial wisdom is not innate, but a skill that can be cultivated through constant learning and exploration. Get advice from experts, be it through personal contacts or news podcasts and financial blogs. For example, if you're looking to reduce credit card debt, look for full-length videos that discuss effective strategies. Expand your knowledge by checking out educational channels like ours Online Income Oasis.
Remember, before making any major financial decisions, try to gain some solid knowledge to be able to make informed decisions. Don't be too harsh on yourself.
Perfection isn't instantaneous.
Building new habits takes constant effort and learning from mistakes.
Take the opportunity to test theories, discover new ideas, and venture into uncharted territory.
By acquiring knowledge from trusted sources, you can be assured that you are managing your finances according to your circumstances. These principles pave the way to financial literacy. Financial literacy puts you in complete control of your finances. Regardless of the rising cost of living or current financial commitments, you have the skills to meet the challenges.
Success requires discipline because without it, lasting financial freedom cannot be achieved. You have the freedom to choose a financial approach that fits your life and leads to your desired financial goal. By now you should have a clear understanding of how debt infiltrates and perpetuates our lives.
Unfortunately, we can't escape this topic.
But wait, there's more to learn.
Many believe that more money is the ultimate solution to financial problems.
Join me in the next chapter of our Wealth Building 101 series as we unearth the truth behind Unleash Your Inner Financial Warrior, Defeating the Beast of Money.